So, you know, you got all the stuff, the fixings and Thanksgiving stuff laying around, and you go, okay, somebody can go in the garbage can. Others, do I put it in the garbage disposal? Do I put it down a potty? Mm-hmm.
Well, bottom line, Thanksgiving is one of the busiest days for plumbers, and you don't want to have to make that emergency call because it costs extra.
Yeah, it costs extra, but they say they get a lot of calls on Thanksgiving, and they're really busy. So I brought some items. I just want to ask you guys if you think that these should go down the drain or should they be pitched in the garbage. So rice.
I think that'd be
I say
okay.
garbage.
Eggs, shells.
Shells,
yes.
no, not in the garbage disposal.
Celery.
Yes.
No.
I love this. Pasta.
Yes.
Grease.
No.
Ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have very interesting
We
results.
agreed on what? The ice?
Yes.
And this. Okay, so we'll take a look at whether or not you nailed it or not. But first, see what you need to not do so you don't have to call that plumber.
Bones go down the drain, you know, stuffing goes down the drain, vegetables, and it's between the volume of stuff that goes down the drain as well as the material itself. It can be a busy weekend.
One of the things you see a lot of on Turkey Day is grease.
Yes, grease is horrible.
Not quite Crisco like this, but all right. So it's just
be it fryer grease or bacon grease. When the substance is hot, it's liquefied, so people think they can put it down the drain. You know, and it did make sense at the time. However, the material will go past the disposer. It'll get into the drain system. It'll congeal back to what it is now, and then stop up the drain.
How about rice? Because people always have rice and gravy on Thanksgiving.
Rice can be equally bad because all those small particles, they're too small to get ground up. They'll go right on past the blades and sit in the drainage piping. And again, just like the grease, it'll clog a line. And whatever comes down it is less likely to pass through.
We have some lemons. Are these in our no pile or our go pile?
Oh no, these are very much in our go pile. Lemons are great for two things. One, they'll disinfect the disposer as well as make it smell a heck of a lot better.
So now that we have it smelling lemony fresh, because that really did work. It's nice.
Yes, it works very well.
As far as preparing our garbage disposal maybe for the load that's coming in on Thanksgiving, you're saying ice is a good idea and it'll help to sharpen the blades?
Yes. Ice does two things. It'll, by chopping up the hardness of the ice, it'll sharpen the blade. It'll also serve to remove particles that are already in the disposer and help clear things out. You want to use cold water. And just push it on down. And let it do its thing.
Okay. And how often would you need to do this?
It wouldn't hurt to do it every use, but that's you know, once a week would be just fine.
And this will probably be a busy spot on Thanksgiving. All the people in your house eating a fabulous meal. And Gary, I know it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but you guys do get calls, yes, people having plumbing issues. As a guest, maybe you could think ahead and be a little courteous.
Yes, absolutely. Don't use more paper than you need to. Maybe flush more than once. Anything to help the toilet from getting overloaded will help keep the plumbing moving.
All right, I think I made you blush just a little bit, but that's okay. You know, it is advice to make sure that you don't have to call this guy on Thanksgiving.
We're laughing, but
We wanted to cover everything.
you got Uncle Al who wraps his arm in toilet paper up to the elbow.
And that was David Gray Plumbing, and they were gracious enough to play with me a little bit. It's true, and you don't want to talk about it, but it is true, Stacey.
Listen, on Christmas many years ago, we had a house full of people and the septic tank backed up, okay?
By the way, I'm going to call you out a little bit.
Uh-oh.
The garbage disposal was running.
Yeah, I know. He told me to do it, and I was just like very careful. But you're right, kids don't do this.
And I would, put the ice in and then let the water run.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce. All right, so again,
I want you to have fingers.
I do. It's important. I do need to write. All right, so you guys were guessing. It's interesting. The eggshells do the same thing as the rice, and they get caught down in there. So don't put your eggshells down the garbage disposal.
Who was right?
I think Stacey.
Nobody cares. Okay, move on.
And then celery is a no-no because it's stringy. And again, that same issue. It's not going to grind down as small. Same thing with pasta. And then, real quick, what you do with your grease is you want to put it in an old jar and then just dump it.
Chuck it.
Yeah.
And this is a reminder, if you're on septic tank, like I am, never put anything in there as well.
And the thing is, don't put hot grease. You know, let it cool down first, and then stick it in the fridge and let it kind of solidify before you throw it out. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, thanks so much, Melanie. Hopefully you will be spared any plumbing problems this particular holiday season.
There you go.